Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. So in our last session we explored how complex calculations can be used to summarize our data. So for this exercise we will leverage the pivot tables in Excel, which provide a flexible and efficient way to analyze our large data set. So as a data analyst, there are scenarios where you'll be required to create a pivot table to summarize your data. So in this session, we are creating a pivot table to show our sales performance in summarizing our data. So we're going to look at some clicks in where to create a pivot table. So let's go to our others worksheet. So now, previously we created a table, so I want to convert this to a range. So we could start from scratch. Then let me remove this as well. Good. So let's come back to our others worksheet. So now we're back to our others worksheet. So I recommend you first of all put your data in a table. This is not required, but it makes your pivot table much more responsive to changes. So we're going to come to our insert tab. So before that, we're going to click on Ctrl A, select our data. We come to our insert tab and click on table. So we're going to give this a sensible name. Let's say click on OK. So now table design, we're going to give this others table. Others table. So let's come back to our name box and see. Okay, our table has been named. So we don't want this. So now we have our table that's been named. So now we want to create a pivot table. So we don't need to select all our data, or we just need to click somewhere in your data set and come back to your insert tab. So at the far left of your pivot table button, you're going to click on pivot. So you're going to say from table. So as you can see, Excel has automatically picked up our others table and we don't need to. So we want to give our table a new name. So others table. So we don't need to give our table a name again because we automatically selected our range. So now we're just going to click on OK. Good. So next, so you will notice that we have a brown new ribbon. We have the pivot table tools and we have the analyze and we have the design. These are contextual tab. So when I click away from my pivot, it goes, and when I click on it, the contextual tab appears back. So Excel has recognized that and has given us a placeholder. So we have where we can analyze our data or pivot fields. So now, in answering our business questions, we're required to create a pivot table to show total sales by region. So let's give this a sensible name. We're going to name this pivot table. So let's click on this. So our fixed task, we're being required to create a pivot table to show the total sales by region. So we're going to come back to our pivot table. So we're going to click on region and going to come to our total. As you can see, Excel automatically populates this. So we're gonna we come back to our pivot table and we're gonna change this to region. So we're gonna give this a sensible name as a total sales. So now I've created a table, pivot table, total sales by region. So our next task, we are being required to summarize our sales by customer type. So we just need to copy this down here and paste it here. So we're just going to come back and say our customer type and all the total as well. So we're going to change this to customer type. Customer type. So our next task, we are being required to display the customer category by order quantity, our product category, sorry. Display the product category by order quantity. So let's come back to our data set. So to understand our product category, I think we have iOS and we have Android and we have Windows as well. So let's press this here. Let's copy this data here to press it here as well. So required to our order category, product category by order quantity. So basically we don't need the order total. So basically what we need is just the, so we can name this the product category. So we can name this as order quantity. Order quantity. So our next task, we're being required to display the product category by order total. Let's come back to our pivot table. We just need to copy this and let's paste somewhere here. Expand our columns. So we just need to change this to our order total and we get rid of this. So this is our total sales. So here we have our product category by order quantity, and here we have our product category by sales, our total sales. So our next task, we're being required to show the customer type by order quantity. So our customer type by order quantity. So let's copy this. So let's come back to this total, but we are being required to get the order quantity for this. So automatically Excel has populated the set. So this is our customer type and this is the order quantity that they have ordered. So we're gonna give this a sensible name to order quantity. Good. So next task, we are being required to show the customer type by order total. So we're gonna give this a sensible name to order quantity. So next task, we are being required to show the customer type by order quantity. So next task, we are being required to show the customer type by order total. So we're gonna give this a sensible name to order quantity. Good. So next task, we are being required to show the customer type customer type. I think the customer type, that is I think that's a repeated question. The customer type, right? Customer type rated by others total. Let me get the question again. Customer type. Okay, let's keep that. So analyze orders by city and region. So let's keep that. So we're going to analyze our orders by city and region. So we're going to say, we're going to copy this. And I think we're required to get the city here. So instead of region, we're going to click this to city. So I want to see how each city has performed. City. So total sales. So now we've created, shown you how to create a pivot table, and now you've seen how to create a pivot table. Let me click somewhere in our pivot table. So basically, when creating a pivot table, it's necessary to note that when you select a field that contains a numeric data, it's automatically added to the values. So you can come to your value here and change your field settings or how you want your data to be summarized. If you want it to be sum or count average or max,